of interest.
Conflict of interest? No. I got interest in conflict.
Hey guys, Plasma 1945, we're going to get Renegade, but before we talk about Command & Conquer Renegade, maybe you don't know what Command & Conquer is. Well, Command & Conquer was the original real-time strategy game. So you could be either the good forces of GDI or the evil forces of Nod. You would have pre-rendered 3D sequences and then some video from the main characters putting into a battlefield where you could build your base, you could build units, control other units, and then as you collected more resources, well, you would send out your armies against the enemy forces. You could play the campaign from either the side of GDI or the questionably evil Nod, and it was very engaging and very well done for 1995. I wouldn't call it the granddaddy, but definitely the daddy of real-time strategies. It had real-time video too. Check this out, guys. This is one of the briefings. These videos would introduce you to the characters, what was happening, and kind of give you a background as to each mission you were going into. Some of them were pretty cheesy, and that was one of the hallmarks of this game, is that it was tongue-in-cheek, fun, and cheesy.
We need backup now. Not troops are pouring out of their base, strangling our foothold.
The key item of how are you going to pay for your army? Well, that was Tiberium. In Command & Conquer, it was this green set of crystals that would grow out of the ground, and you would collect them to fund your military infrastructure. And you had to protect your fields of Tiberium as you built your base and built more troops up. You would collect this Tiberium, and what was interesting is the enemy actually followed the same rules as you did. So the AI enemy that you were fighting with would have to collect the same resources as you would. So it was who would manage their resources better, who would fend off the attacks of the enemy better, and survive and eventually crush your opponents. Very interesting way of playing the game, and it was in real time, and it had graphics, and it really broke, well actually no, it didn't break the meta, it created the meta in 1995. And as you led your troop forward, the game also developed, so it wasn't just Command & Conquer, you had red alerts that had an alternate World War II history, and Command & Conquer moved further into the future with more and more futuristic weapons being introduced. But one thing that was always missing was, how would these battles and strategy adventures look from the first-person perspective, from the ground up? Well, Westwood Studios didn't sit on their laurels, and in the early 2000s, in 2002, a game came out called Command & Conquer Renegade. And it really puts you down into that first-person shooter position, but in the world of Command & Conquer.
An imaginary base.
Quiet.
Exactly. It's too quiet.
You were no longer high and mighty in the air, you were down amongst the troops. Whether they were being RPG'd or attacked by a tank, you were right there with them as an Elite Forces commando named Havoc. Yeah, you were named Havoc, and this game retained the same tongue-in-cheek of the other Westwood titles from the Command & Conquer series, but now you were down on the ground, and you're going to have a lot of fun here and a lot of trouble. I rediscovered this game in 2022. It originally came out 20 years ago, but you can crank up the graphics and settings and get this game through EA Play and the EA Store, and the game holds up. And if you're a fan of Command & Conquer and you've never seen this thing, you have to go and get it, whether it's free through EA Play or whether it's going to cost you $10 or $12. It's a lot of fun because you are literally right down in the battleground, and you get to listen to that same amazing music by Frank Klepacki, who created the music for Command & Conquer. Not only that, you get to visit all your favorite locations and fight a lot of very familiar enemies. And more importantly, you're not just a soldier. You can drive most anything in the game. So just like in the strategy game, there was engineers, and here an engineer is going to fix up a tank for me. So now I can hop into the tank and drive through it. Well, I guess I got to get into a tank before this engineer will clear the path for me. So let's turn in, let's get to the tank, and start driving it. The engineer clears the path, and I've gone from First person to driving a tank in 2002. Not too shabby. Now, if you're looking for comparison graphics, this is kind of like maybe Halo, maybe Halo 2, but the graphics definitely can be cranked up and definitely hold up in 2022. And there's an orbital strike from the GDI destroying the enemy base.
The Nod base is down. Good job, Havoc. The base computers should contain a wealth of intelligence data. Mission accomplished.
We're approaching. Details are sketchy at best. Nod forces are herding civilians into religious conditioning camps.
Torture and brainwashing.
No doubt. After processing, they're being escorted by the Black Hand to an undisclosed location. We launched an assault on the area 2 hours ago. It failed. We'll have reinforcements for our support craft in 6 hours.
They're torturing civvies. We can't wait 6 hours. Let's roll!
6 hours, Captain. Until then, you'll stand down. I won't have you risking multi-million-dollar equipment on any of your impulsive gung-ho tactics.
Whatever was done to render these faces is pretty amazing. Look at that movement, and their frozen faces all at the same time.
Are we clear?
Crystal.
We have a situation. It's Captain Parker, sir.
Havoc?
He's liberated a hovercraft, sir.
The motion of the jaw and the lips is pretty amazing, except the faces are made out of brick everywhere else. It's a weird, weird effect. Alright, so here's that top-down view you're used to, and this is an awesome transition. You end up in a 3D environment. Back in 2002, this was groundbreaking. You end up on a beach after taking your hovercraft, and we're going to walk through the various types of weapons you've got here. You've got a trusty pistol, because, well, everybody has a pistol, and you get sort of a M16 type rifle. That's, you know, your standard semi-futuristic rifle that you can use. You can climb anywhere, and so can the enemies.
Base is destroyed, and Nod is taking prisoners. Follow me!
And everything's interactive. This is not just a boring game. There is lots of characters to interact with and lots of places to go. We take out this bad guy here, and guess what? We've liberated friends.
Did you find Captain Duncan yet? I think he went down the path behind the construction yard.
Alright, I'm going to go look for Captain Duncan. Let's waste these tools. The guy was a little slow.
Looking good here, sir.
Good timing. Nod was closing in. I've been protecting something special.
Oh yeah?
It's a prototype homing beacon for GDI's new space-based ion cannon. Great for taking out large structures. Once you place the beacon, you have 10 seconds to clear the area. I gotta go see to my men. Good luck.
You know what? I'm actually going to forget that I have this beacon later on in this mission. But yeah, with this beacon, you'd call in a strike from space. Now, secrets? Absolutely there's secrets in this game. I've picked up a piece of the mission map. And can I shoot these crystals? Let's try it out. Oh yeah. These guys really paid a lot of attention. You can blow up these tiberium crystals. But if you don't use a rifle, well, you can also get a sniper rifle. That is pretty deadly. One-shot kill. And lets you range against these giant maps. Now remember, guys, this is 2002. And this was pretty groundbreaking for the time. The size of these maps. And if you want to go boom, well, let's take out these turrets here. Stick some C4 on them. And if we take them out successfully, we're going to get a landing craft that's going to bring us a tank. Why not, right? So there is no skimping out on the weapons. And just like in Command and Conquer, reinforcements have arrived and we've got a tank. Let's go for a drive here. Just the size and the destruction level for 2002, I was really impressed. And the graphics, they're good enough. They're a little blocky, a little chunky, but if I can get in and out of a vehicle, like, why are these guys here? Should I blow up this building? No, let's go investigate. Soldiers, hey? Hello, civilians. A ladder in a barn that I can climb. And another sniper rifle. I'm okay with that. And some more ammo for my explosive C4. Health packs, we don't need those. Let's check this other building here. Let's get interactive with these people.
Watch for Nod machine guns and tanks beyond the tunnel. There's a small pass behind the shed, too, but it's too narrow for vehicles.
My friends need a ride, AT-7. Pick them up.
This is Air Transport 7.
There you go. We're going to call in an air transport to rescue these civilians. Pretty neat. And it actually pays to explore because you get info from civilians and you get weapons and upgrades. So our civilians get lifted out and we're going to go through this tunnel and look for enemies. Just like in Command & Conquer, a tank can crush a soldier in a very unpleasant squish. Squish time. There's a squish. That guy's not getting squished. Let's try it again. There's a squish. Perfect. Alright, I'm being shot at. Got a Nod tank over there. Friendly Jeep is parked. It's on fire. Something's shooting at me. But I'm in a tank. I shouldn't care. Let's destroy this Nod hover tank, light tank. You guys can totally tell the similarities with Halo, right? Alright, supplies have been dropped. I can go pick those up, or I can take out these machine gun turrets. Now I could sneak up to them and take them out with C4, but I've got a tank. Why wouldn't I use my tank? Boom. Come on. And they're destroyed. Now, remember those harvesters in Tiberium? Well, if all the soldiers in Command & Conquer, if they stood on Tiberium fields, they would eventually die because of the radiation. And you had to send in these harvesters. Well, with C4 explosives, you can actually go and blow up the harvesters, which is one of the greatest things you can do to your enemies, is you basically make them cash poor because you can't easily get a harvester. So after getting irradiated, I've taken out their harvester. That feels pretty good. Alright, on my way to the main concentration camp where my friendlies are being kept, I've got this church. Now, it's off the beaten path. I could have skipped it, but I decided to go investigate. Oh yeah, Nod are holding prisoners. The AI is usually kind of good, but kind of dumb, but there's enough of them to keep you busy. Alright, let's get in this church and check things out. Excellent level of detail. No scope.
Thank you, sir.
Priests. And nuns.
My gratitude, sir. Another member of our clergy is next door.
Alright. So there we go. We can go and rescue the rest of the clergy. Now, helping out the church. Oh, hey, there's benefits. There's flamethrowers stored in the church. And it could go up these staircases, and I actually had to reload, and you'll see why. There are some bugs in this game. I wanted to get that rifle, and I got stuck on the railing. There are these annoying bugs, and I recommend you guys save often, because otherwise you're going to end up being stuck on things once in a while. Well, I can't burn myself out. Can I blow myself out? Oh, yeah.
My gratitude, sir. Another member of our clergy is next door.
Well, I better rescue your friend then, hey? Time to die, Nod. No reinforcements for you.
We're not done. Nod is closing in. Protect the civilians until we can evacuate. I'm sending reinforcements. Contact them for backup.
Reinforcements are en route.
So here's the cool part. By helping these civilians, I'm actually going to watch them get rescued, but I'm going to get reinforcements sent to me, just like you would in the strategy game. Although I do like how the nuns and the priests just go up the wires, like, wow. Take that rope up to the top. Let's watch this priest move. And we've got some supplies too, so it pays to help out your fellow humans. And I've got a couple of extra grunts with me that are AI that will actually shoot at enemies. They are not completely useless. And I've got extra weapons I got airdropped. Look at that, guys. So you can explore and spend quite a bit of time in this game. It is sort of an on-rails tunnel game, but the locales are so wide and so open that, yeah, you even get a chance to use your flamethrower. But honestly, the maps are huge, and on modern PCs, it runs like a total dream here. Alright, we're in a guard tower. Let's take a look around here. Got some bad guys coming for me. Oh, I missed him. Here's another neat thing about the AI here. The AI can climb. Watch this. Not very common in games, but yeah. Perfect place to test out my flamethrower, which is one of the weapons of the Nod in Command & Conquer series. But when's the last time you saw a game where AI could actually climb up properly and start shooting at you? So, this is a Nod training center, which would let you generate troops in the Command & Conquer strategy game. I've got some reinforcements that got dropped off. And we're going to go storm this trading facility. Again, you could only see it from top down before, but now you can actually go inside of it and explore it. And destroy it. That's our mission here. We have to take out this facility and quite a few other ones too. Pretty awesome architecture, and you know, with the lighting that's baked in and the graphics, it still holds up. And also having a flamethrower that you can barbecue your enemies with, that definitely helps. Propaganda on the screens as you have your battle inside of a control room. Thank God I've got a whole bunch of armor, and these guys do kind of suck. That engineer was trying to fix the base. No fixing for you. When you get down to the bottom level of a base, you could actually blow it up with an explosive here. Shooting with guns won't help. Planting an explosive, will that help?
Structure destroyed.
Boom. The structure is going down. Hey, the friendlies decided to get down to me here, but let's head back out here. Let's fight through the enemies and get out of this building. So much for your propaganda on your screens, guys. Yeah, you heard the sound of your death. Yeah, don't shoot your friendlies. And they will watch your back. That was a flamethrower enemy and he just blew up. Whoa. Alright, well, continuing on with our mission here. Our objective is to find our colleagues that are trapped in a facility up ahead, and to liberate them from being brainwashed by the Nod with their propaganda. And I've got this awesome minigun,
Destroyed.
which is basically just like your regular rifle. Your standard minigun. Every game in the 2000s had to have a minigun and a bazooka. Alright, let's find this communication center.
You should be near the detention center. Use the mainframe and the communication center to unlock the detention gates.
Alright, and there's SAM defenses. We know how much we love SAMs from DCS World.
Countries with no retaliatory capability.
SAM site destroyed.
And there's the detention center with propaganda running in the background. Let's get down into the bowels of the communication center, and you guys just listening for the propaganda here. This guy could be the real Alex Jones.
Against so-called third world countries. Countries with no retaliatory capability. Despite their attempts to place blame on Nod by targeting their own supporters, the world cannot be fooled forever.
Nod structure destroyed.
Alright, another structure destroyed. Let's work our way through the structure. Once you destroy it,
leaders are determined to achieve uncontested
cracks appear everywhere.
domination.
And we're actually going to run into the leader of Nod here through a teleconference, but I was really impressed by this. I did not expect this.
Declared Nod's attempt to protect you.
Alright, the door's stuck. Let's go check it out. Where's this voice coming from? Check this out, guys. That's a commander. Goodbye.
I got a present for you.
So Kane, the leader of Nod, actually saw me on that teleconference screen. Pretty awesome little detail there. Alright, that's the rest of their trading facility.
GDI uses you as hapless test subjects for experimental weaponry. Notice the GDI flame tank destroying the downtown area.
Haha, propaganda. The flame tanks were actually a Nod weapon, not GDI weapons. Evil, evil propaganda.
And replace it with their own.
And there's the re-education camp.
They have positioned ion cannon satellites, weapons of unforgivingly destructive power, over your national resources.
That's right. Well, let's take out this projector, guys, and that is the end of one of the first missions in Command & Conquer Renegade. If you're a fan of Command & Conquer, guys, I strongly recommend you check out this game. See if you can download it and get it from the EA Play, as you can then modify the quality settings to crank everything way up, and it is a fun experience if you're a Command & Conquer fan. And if you've never played or heard of this game, awesome tongue-in-cheek first-person shooter that is completely and utterly silly, but also a lot of fun. As you can tell, this was done with love and heart at the original Westwood Studios. That would give you stats on how many kills you got and who you've splashed and shot in the face. Alright guys, Plasma in 1945 out, and I'll leave you with these words of wisdom from one of the follow-up cutscenes.
Hope you've had some time to contemplate your actions, Havoc.
Won't happen again, I swear.
Yes. Well, good.